Hi girls, it's Miss Stone again. This time I'm going to take you through how to name a molecule. The first thing you have to do is determine the type of bonding. This method for naming is only used for molecules. If it's got ions in it, you go through ionic bonding. So, to start the naming process, once you've determined it's a molecule, you either name from the furthest to the left or the furthest to the bottom of the periodic table. So if you had HF, H is further to the left than F, so it gets named first. If you had SO2, sulfur is below oxygen, so it gets named first. Now it gets a little bit more complicated, and often they're named according to which atom is written first. So if we had one like this, you would name the hydrogen before the sulfur. So the third step is to name the second element. So in this example, you'd name the first element hydrogen, just write it hydrogen, because it was further to the left. The second element is bromine, but it gets changed to the suffix bromide. The fourth step is use prefixes to show the numbers of atoms, because with molecules you can get a variety of them, all with the same elements in them. So for example, if I had NO, this would be nitrogen, and because there's only one, monoxide. If I had NO2, this would be nitrogen dioxide. Now there's lots of exceptions to this rule because these compounds were named before the systematic naming process came through. So for example, we go, this is called water, not dihydrogen oxide. This is called ammonia, not nitrogen trihydride. Although if you follow the naming system, it would be trihydrogen nitride. And it's definitely not any of those, we just call it ammonia. So let's do some examples. So with sulfur dioxide, you find the two elements on the periodic table, and there they are. So we need sulfur is written first because it's further down, and oxide, and we put di in because there's two oxygens. Next one, find the two elements on the periodic table. We have sulfur and oxygen, so it's sulfur oxide, but because there's three of them, it's trioxide. Next example, we've got a bromine and we've got a hydrogen. Hydrogen is further to the left, so it becomes hydrogen bromide. Next example, we've got P and O. Phosphorus is further to the left and it's also lower, so it's tetra phosphorus. So the tetra is for the 4, dec for the 10, oxide. Next one, this one would be nitrogen. So here's our nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen's further to the left, monoxide. And what you should be noticing as we do these is usually the first element written goes first in the naming process. So this one, once again, nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen's further to the left, so nitrogen dioxide. This one, notice there's lots of different examples with nitrogen oxide. That's why we have to put the numbers in. So this one's nitrogen oxide, but there are 2 of them, so dinitrogen, and there are 4 of these, tetra oxide. Now we don't usually put both in, both vowels, so it becomes dinitrogen tetra oxide. So we drop the A. You need to try some yourself. Go to the OneNote, Chemistry, Bonding and Naming Molecules. Good luck. Don't forget to mark it.